baby. There's a new sheriff, okay? I got the ring, okay? I got the ring, okay, baby? Hi again, everybody. I guess we'll start there. It's Jungle. It's Jungle.
I do
Jim
have it.
Jerome.
There she is. Right
There it is, baby. Right there. Yeah. Welcome to Inside Curling, and such a special treat to have on your. I don't know what you guys are doing in April, but I know what this guy's doing. Okay, coming up in April. Is that when the Worlds are, Kev? Are they April?
They are.
Yeah, they are.
End of March, early. Yep.
Yeah, end of March, early April. Your newest national champion, winner of the Brier this week, beat a hell of a field. I almost F-bombed there. Beat a hell of a field. Matty Dunstone, the Dunner. The Dunner. I was thinking of things, Matt. Welcome to the program, by the way, and congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jimmy. The sheriff works.
Yeah, the sheriff works
No,
here. Yeah. Show me the ring again. Flash the ring. Huh?
It's a beautiful ring. They did a great job with it.
Yeah, is that ever nice?
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
Gorgeous
That's
ring.
like Super Bowl size, man.
Yeah.
That's strong.
It's not quite fitted. It only fits on the middle finger right now, but
that's good enough. Yeah.
yeah. Some days that's good enough.
Yeah. I can think of some reasons to use that. Matty, we'll let Kevin ask all the curling stuff, but so pleased to have you on. I was thinking, you got her done. Excuse the pun. I'm sure you've heard that before. We had you on. We've had you on several times, so I feel like we're friends. We had you on, and last time we had you on, there was sort of this pending sort of deal of, okay, I better win. From not you so much as a bunch of fans are going, when's Dunstone going to do it? When's done? You're 30 years old. People are talking like you're Phil Mickelson here, trying to win another major or something. Talk us through it, first of all, the week and how you did it and what the pressure was like and how you overcame all that and became the champion.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been a lot of expectation for a while, which is, definitely added to the pressure of it all. But I mean, I think what you saw at the end of the week, the emotion you saw, the reaction of everything. I don't think you see any of that if we hadn't lost multiple Brier finals and a trials final prior to that.
Right.
And that to me makes it that much more special. To come as close as we have in recent memory, to finally pull one off, knowing how hard it is to actually win this event and the trials and events like that, knowing how hard it is. That's why you saw what you saw and why it was as special as it was. And
sure.
It's again to bounce back 3 months later after what was the toughest loss of our lives and bounce back and win that. It's pretty hard not to be proud of our group and proud of what we accomplished over the last 10 days.
Yeah, I imagine we've spoke to many champions, and there's always this flood of feeling when 5 seconds after you win, what runs through your mind, and there's a million people to thank, and there's a million people to think of. Let's get a little bit of your life history, Matt. I don't know if your grandparents are alive. How far back does the Dunstone clan go from when you started looking at curling?
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I got both sets of my grandparents around. They follow and watch religiously. My grandparents on my father's side, they're definitely more the curl, like they curled themselves.
Okay.
And crazy enough, they won the 1980 mixed national title.
Oh, no kidding.
And that was in St. John's, Newfoundland. And they were there watching all week. So
Isn't that cool?
It was awfully special. They haven't missed a Brier, I don't think. And my other grandparents watch it on TV all the time and have shown up to trials and whatnot. So we have, or like myself, I have so much support, and both sides of my family are so all in on the curling and have been forever. I mean, once I understood what the Brier was when I was 4, 5, 6 years old, that's always been the number one thing. I just wanted to play in one, and once you get to play in one, now it's like, oh man, I gotta try and win one now, and just total dream come true, full circle moment. It's hard to describe all the feelings I was feeling skating down the ice, going into 10, having the shot I did to win the game, knowing that it was, I make that 99.999% of the time. It's an incredible feeling. That is for darn sure.
Mentors and supporters, as you talked about. How far back can you go when you start to dream about the Brier? Walk us through there a little bit of your young life and where you got to today from.
Yeah, man. I started when I was, I think, 6. I signed up for my first junior program. Just played. I played as much curling as I possibly could. I forced my grandparents to make like tape houses on their kitchen floor, and they put together wooden stones, and I would roll them. I was just addicted to curling through and through right from the get go, and eventually started playing in tournaments and competitively once I was 10, 11 years old. And it was amazing. Like I've played with a lot of great curlers and been coached by a lot of awesome coaches along the way. Like even one of my very first teammates when I was like 9 or 10 was Kyle Kurz, and he made his Brier debut this week with Braden Calvert's team. He was one of my first ever teammates, and then I started playing with Dan Grant, who I won a Canadian Juniors with, and his dad Scott Grant coached me, and he played at a Brier with Dave Smith, and it just goes on, and I was so fortunate to just grow up around people who have always been high level curlers and have really helped me along the way, and people who are so committed to making me better. I've just been very fortunate to have as many great teammates and great coaches along the way that have done a lot for me and have committed a lot to me to really get to where I am now. Besides
Kevin, who were your mentors? Who did you look up to? Who did you want to be like?
Yeah, I mean Jeff is the obvious one. Growing up a Manitoba boy, fun, like crazy enough. We're going to the Worlds with him in a couple of weeks too, so a little bit full circle as well. And not just sucking up. Kevin was awesome to watch. He's definitely one of my favorites. Entertaining, the sound bites, I love everything about how you navigate the game as well, Kevin. But Jeff, growing up a Manitoba guy, was the one for sure.
I like when you say, and I'll whip it over to Kev. You started when you were 5 or 6 years old. There's always that funny expression. It's like the guy's been curling since he's been in diapers. Well, he actually was curling since he was in diapers, 6 years old. Go ahead, Kev.
Oh boy! Well, congratulations. Obviously, my goodness, what a week. I'd like to go back just a little bit. I'm not sure, Matt, if it was at the Players or just before. I mentioned something how you were positioned. That turned out to be not that wrong. I'd like to hear your thoughts when you're in the hack, and your thoughts on that as well. But your thoughts in the hack going through your last one. What was in your mind? What are you thinking?
Yeah, well, I mean, a couple things. I was really trying to slow down that moment, just because, I mean, Kurt, like, I knew the game was over. We're about to win a Brier title, like, total dream come true. I really wanted to slow that moment down and enjoy that, because that goes quick. So, I mean, that shot takes 10 seconds to complete, and then as soon as that's done, all hell breaks loose. You got a pair of brothers barreling on you and Colton going out, like, how that's going to go. So it goes really quick. So I really wanted to try and slow that moment down, knowing that a dream was about to come true. And, honestly, I just sat in the hack, and what I was thinking was, how proud 5 or 6 year old me would be of me. And I thought about, a lot of the people that have helped me along the way, whether I played with them in juniors, beginning of men's, coaches, mental coach, anybody I've worked with. I was thinking of all those people and my family, of course, that especially knowing that a bunch of them were up in the suite, getting ready to share this moment with me. Oh man. Yeah. I was just trying to slow it all down and really think of everybody who had helped me and my teams get to where I was about to go with a dream coming true.
Jesus, yeah, it was really fun to watch. It was really fun to watch, and but I expected that you were ready. A few months ago, actually, to be able to sort of take over that part. And you and I talked about that. Where in the heck was that? Was it at the Players?
That was in Steinbach. We chatted. Yeah.
Okay, it was, because I thought you were positioned about right to start to do that. But that's kind of up to the inside of your mind, not so much the ice. I guess what made the difference between the trials and the Matt Dunstone of a year ago and the Matt Dunstone of today? Like what made that? Because I don't think it's talent. I don't think that changed.
No, it didn't. 100%.
Didn't
honestly,
go down.
yeah,
It didn't go down.
yeah, not yet. It hasn't gone down. I'm not at the age cliff yet.
Yeah.
But a ton of work has gone into that over the last 8 to 12 weeks. Truthfully, just trying to figure that out. Obviously, having lost 3 major games in the last 3 years, your perspective slowly begins to build, and you do begin to realize that things are going to be okay, and you are going to have other opportunities at this. And I believe I finally started to learn that a little bit. And to be completely candid too, I think one thing that I've always struggled with is with the amount of expectation that I had coming in to the sport, or into the men's game, along with comparing myself to other skips along the way. And when so-and-so skip had won, at this age, and when so-and-so skip had won this at that age. And I struggled with that because I was so-and-so skip at this age who should have won at this age but hadn't won yet. And that was something I struggled with. And truthfully, like, just over the last 3 months, the conversations that I've been able to have to work on this has just provided me total amount of clarity, and I'm at complete peace with the situation. And I mean, that's the difference you saw. I mean, everybody took notice of that during the Brier. I know a lot of people have mentioned it to me, and I'm proud for committing to that and putting it on full display for everyone.
What
Yeah, that was
about?
great.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry,
Go
Kev.
ahead, Jimmy. No,
Okay.
go ahead. It's all good.
Like all good skips, I'm sure you're the same. When you do win, we get an idea here, a really good idea of what it means to you, and you could see you were kind of emotional there when you talk about the family. That's always first. What about the Hardens, EJ and Ryan? I keep getting their names mixed up because who's done now? Who's finished?
EJ's gonna be done after the end of the season, after Worlds. Yeah.
How cool was that? That he's going to be finished. It's his last Brier. You had enough pressure on you that I'm sure there's a part of you that was thinking about that the whole week.
Well, for sure. I mean, you look at our team as a whole. There's storylines with all 4 guys. Ryan hasn't won in 13 years. EJ, it's his last Brier. Me and Colton haven't won one yet, and this is a team that's gone through a lot in the last 16 months. So, I mean, the storylines are there, and I mean, for the brothers to get back together and win one now, and for it to end for EJ like that, like, that's fairy tale ending for them and something they're going to remember forever, right? And you pack that on with me and Colty finally getting over the hump and winning our first. You're going to see a lot of emotion, and that's why you saw me on the ground getting tackled by a couple brothers.
Yeah.
Big brothers.
Big brothers, a lot bigger brothers than me.
After you step off the ice, like you say, you try and slow the moment down. There's the cameras are in your face. There's probably stuff you want to say, you want to do that you can't. Take us inside a little bit when you guys walk into the locker room, into your dressing room, and shut the door. What were those moments like?
PG version.
PG version, of course. Yeah, I mean, truthfully, it was a bit of a whirlwind because we all got snagged for testing immediately after the game.
Oh, yeah, right.
So we all had to go. We all had to go take care of that first, which took a couple hours, and then after then, because we're only 2 weeks away from the Worlds, it's okay. We got some food, a couple beers for you in kitchen buffet area, and we got to start planning out some stuff. So I mean, the game ended at like 10:40 ish, I think.
Yeah.
And we didn't end up leaving the arena till about 1:30. It was pretty much just get that done, go pack up our stuff, and then we went to the hotel. That's where the real fun started.
Yeah, okay.
To happen.
Yeah, good.
But it was a lot of logistical stuff from basically the time the game ended to that 1:30 mark, and then the party took place in the Delta Hotel there.
You probably shut her down there. You start at 1:30. You probably shut her down about 1:45, just 15 minutes later. It didn't.
Yeah,
go
the
longer,
next
did it?
afternoon maybe.
Or maybe not yet.
I went to bed. So the brothers had a flight at 6 a.m.
Oh no!
Colton had a flight at 1:30 p.m. that afternoon.
Not
I
bad.
went to bed 9 a.m. Monday morning. Was when I hit the hay.
You know what? That's what makes you a freaking champion, baby. Right there. That's
Yeah.
what makes you.
And then I slept till 12:45. So I got 3 hours 45 minutes of sleep, and then before I knew it, me and Coach Caleb were out looking for a fish and chips place down in St. John's, and a Caesar too. Needed a Caesar.
Of course, yes. Of
Yeah.
course. Little hair of the dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, you're in a good spot in St. John's, Newfoundland, to find both the fish and chips and the Caesar at 12:45 in the afternoon. No problem at all.
Or anytime. Yeah.
Or anytime, actually.
It all worked out.
Yes, it did. Worlds. That's exciting. So how are you thinking about that? Or are you even thinking about, is that even, like, where are you at? Like, because it's not very long.
Yeah.
Before you have to go to Salt Lake.
Yeah, no, I know. Honestly, it's been a bit of a whirlwind. I would say, the last couple of days have been overwhelming in the best way possible. I think I never expected the amount of people to reach out and touch base, and I didn't really expect to do as much media stuff as I have done either. And all a phenomenal learning experience for me for sure on how to navigate it. But it's been a lot more than I would have anticipated, and we're weeding through it. But I would say in another day or two, everything's going to kind of slow down. Start looking at the schedule for Worlds and like all of it's being planned out right now. I just haven't really gotten to the curling side of it yet, thinking about who we're going to be playing and when, that type of stuff. But once I get through the logistics of the Brier or not the logistics, but everything that is coming from this Brier win, then be able to push her back and get back on the ice and start training, because that's another thing too. I mean, winning the Brier is phenomenal, but you don't get to represent Canada very often, and we want to put our best foot forward to do everything that we can to make sure we come home with a medal.
Well, I just wanted to ask you one more thing about to do with, you're right, you've got to close off the one chapter, close the book on the Brier to open the book on the Worlds. And one thing you haven't talked about, because you've got really good corporate support, your sponsors, because they were expecting you, I'm sure, like I was expecting you to win too sometime. Like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? Maddie's got to win. And you did. But I'm sure they're in the same boat. How are they doing?
The sponsors, were they giving you heat, man? Were they piling
well,
on?
I don't know if they're giving you heat, but they sure as heck aren't now.
No, they're so pumped for us, man. Like Coyote, obviously here, been with us for 4 years. Ron Wilkie, like he's at the Slams. He sent me one of the nicest notes. We're so well supported by them, and they're so behind us, and they're jacked. And I got a massive bottle of champagne from one of our other sponsors, Lalaman, today.
Nice.
That came in the mail today. Everybody's so jacked for us, especially all of our partners have been with us through the heartbreak and have felt that with us too. And now they get to celebrate this part with us. Everyone's so happy for us, and we're super pumped for our sponsors as well. Cause I mean, again, we felt the pressure to want to get this done for our partners too, who have, helped us along the way. And we were finally able to get it done for everybody involved.
Are you going to get a chance to get together with them? So, one thing I think we should probably talk about a little bit, because everybody listening and watching this show, I don't know if the sponsorships with curling and say a sponsorship with a soccer team or a professional hockey team, it's a little different. It's more personal. Are you going to get a chance to get together with any of your sponsors? Because it really is different. Go ahead and talk about that a little bit, Maddie, because I think a lot of people think that it's an advertising buy, and it is, but it's just not like that in curling. Curling's really, I've still got friends that were sponsors that sponsored me in 2006. You know what I mean? A long, long time ago, but they're still close friends. So talk about that a little bit, and if you're able to get together with them.
It's very personal for sure. Again, I mentioned Ron Wilkie with Coyote. We're having dinners with him at every single Grand Slam that we go to. One of our sponsors, Brogan Fire and Safety, they're originally based out of Grand Prairie, Alberta, and they were actually in St. John's at the Brier, and
Wow.
helped out with a box for all of our families to go into. So our families were all in a box thanks to Brogan Fire and Safety over the weekend.
Cool, man.
That's awesome.
It was phenomenal. It was amazing that they were able to pull that off. And all the sponsorships, like those conversations are happening with us, the players. Like we're the ones who navigate any of those, plan everything with the sponsor, figure out contracts, logistics, all that sorts of stuff. That's all run through us. And on a plus side of that too, we've over the last couple of days we've been able to get a few extra leads. Crazy enough, just from this win alone. So I mean,
it's kind of a big win.
That's what I'm slowly starting to realize. It was it felt like a big win at the time, and now as time goes on, it's like holy smokes, like this is like bigger than you would have thought it might have actually been.
Are you your own agent and manager of all that stuff? I mean, last guy I heard who did that alone was Brad Gouche, who does not have an agent or a manager. Do you do all that yourself?
I'm doing it all by myself. Yeah, I was on the flight home. Again, 6-hour flight from St. John's to Calgary, so I had a lot of time, and I was getting all sorts of media requests and whatnot, and I'm just in my notes app, like planning out my days. This is what Wednesday looks like. This time with this person, this time with that person, so on and so forth, and just planning out my week with media commitments that are taking place, and when I have time to chat with these new potential leads with sponsorships and whatnot. But it's busy. It is, and it's just got a little bit busier.
Yeah, good. I want to go back for a second. Everyone speaks to champions about about how they won and what it means to them and that they've arrived and all that stuff. You've mentioned, of course, the three big losses, I guess, leading into this Brier was Trials and Brier, right? Two Briers prior to this. When you had those losses, Matt, you're a beautifully confident, peak performer, high performance guy. Did you come away from that saying, okay, what's holding me back here? What champions learn from their mistakes too. Can you talk about that? When you had that first big loss and then the next one, then a third, what your mindset was and what did you take away from it?
I mean, I think the some of the main takeaways where it's it's never a talent issue. It's not whether I'm good enough or not.
You didn't second guess, yeah.
No, I've known for a while. I'm just as good and as any skip in the world. So it's a matter of when we get into these games, what is going wrong in those moments that's not allowing us to get over the hump. And diving into some of those games, I think it's easy to point out maybe some tactical differences in certain moments than overcomplicating things in moments that seem like they have a higher level of circumstance behind them, if you will. Just changing things that really didn't need to be changed because of what was at stake. And the big thing for me was, let's just get my mind right. I know what it looks like when Matt Dunstone's at his best and when he's the best leader and when he's the best skip. And how do we bring that to bigger games? How do we bring that to moments where Matt Dunstone needs to be the best skip and needs to perform in XYZ moment? And that's all the work that has been put in over the course of a long period of time. Like that's been 6-7 years I've been working on that, but really over the last 3 months have been making some major headway with that.
So how did you do it? You say, how do I get Matt Dunstone to where he wants to be? You just said.
You know what? It's not necessarily journal writing, let's say, but I'm writing a lot of thoughts down. I'm writing a lot of things down because it's easy when you have thoughts, when you have moments and they pass you by quick and you forget about them. And, being able to write certain things down when they come to mind and being able to reflect on those things and remembering why, you were thinking about XYZ in that moment. It's helped huge with perspective. And, I think one of my issues was just making bigger games bigger than they needed to be, and wanting something way more, like wanting it so bad that it was taking away from what version of me actually makes me great.
Good for you. Good for you, man. Yeah.
And endless amount of work trying to be at the top. And you know what the neat part is, Matt, now that you're there, it's even harder to stay on top.
Oh, that's nice, Kev. Oh, come on, man. Give the guy a moment, would you? Give him a moment. Yeah.
That's
Everybody, there's a great big target on the old Dunstone now. Yeah.
that's the beautiful part about sport, though, is it doesn't owe anybody a single thing. And there's 100 people out there, hundreds of people out there that are wanting to win their first Brier and are going to do everything under the sun to do exactly that over the next 360 days. And guess what? I gotta try and keep up, because I don't want to be done either. Now that you got one, I don't want to be done. And
Dunner's not done. Dunner's not
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
geez, no, just getting started.
I would invite people who are listening right now to go back and listen to the last interview we did with you, Matt. Because what the one thing I took away from that was, it might have been, I don't know if it was pre-trials or probably we haven't done John. Or
I think just before, wasn't it? You had just won it was your last slam.
Yeah, you won a slam. Yeah.
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 that would have been end of September-ish.
Yeah, about 6 weeks before the trial, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
and I remember talking to you about, okay, Matt, this same sort of thing. People are expecting you to win. They're expecting you to win. They want you to win. You alluded to it about the pressure. And I'd asked you, who do you want to play when when you look at a round robin or whatever, a pool? And I'm like, it would sure would be nice. And please don't freak out on me, listener. Okay, it sure would be nice to play Yukon or Northwest Territories or PI or something like that before you're going against the heater that Jacobs is on. And you said, you know what, Jimmy, bring it on, baby, bring it on. Like give me the best right away and throw it in my face. That certainly makes you unique for sure.
I mean, the trek we took to get there. I wouldn't have any. As soon as I found out that the Brier was in St. John's and it was going to be Brad Gushue's last, it's like, I need a piece of that, because I missed 2017. I wasn't at 2017, so it's like, in curling we don't really have home and away barns. In St. John's, Newfoundland, with Brad Gushue, you do.
Yeah, right.
And
right.
I wanted a piece of that, because I'm a massive sports fan. I love sport, and it was like, I got to do whatever I need to do to play in that game and experience that atmosphere where everybody is itching for us to miss every single shot that we can possibly miss.
You chew on that. You chew on that stuff, right?
I love it. I totally live for that. So I mean, as soon as we beat Mike in the final round robin game, found out we were playing Brad, it was like, oh my God, like, been waiting for this for so long. Like, just the whole journey that we took in the playoff round, beating 3 legendary skips, legendary teams, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have traded that for the world.
When you were growing up, were you a leader or a follower?
I've always been a leader. I'm pretty
No
type
way.
A. Yeah, believe it or not, yeah. I would say I'm pretty type A. I like being hands-on. I like having the control, being the one to get stuff done, and that's kind of how I roll. I don't wait for stuff to get done. I'll put it that way.
The reason I ask is we got a lot of young listeners who look up to you guys, and even more so now. So there you go, kids. Okay, let's take
Just get the nickname the sheriff.
That's right.
Wear the badge.
Wear the badge. That's right.
Matt, we're going to let you go, man. We know you're busy and tired, and we don't want to keep you too long to make sure you come on again after you win the Worlds. Is that a deal? Can we make a deal?
That's 100% a deal. Once I figure out what we're up against and get back on the practice ice, we'll make sure we're ready to rock, and we'll call it a date in a couple weeks.
Yeah, nice deal, man. Way to go on behalf of listen to me. I sound like the Prime Minister. On behalf of everyone in Canada. Okay. Good luck, Matt. Really, I got goosebumps, man. I always do when I talk to you guys, and we'll be watching start to finish. You must be pleased that there's no big time zone change. That must be kind of nice.
It's going to be great for me because Newfoundland was 4.5 hours. So 9 a.m. games, I was waking up at like 1:30 back home.
Yeah, right.
A little bit tough.
Get ready to go for that. Right, I think Salt Lake City's. I think that's Edmonton time zone, right?
Edmonton
Mountain time.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's only an hour, so
Piece of cake.
Not half bad. Pretty good spot to be.
We will see you there. We'll be in the building, and that is the same building that the '02 Olympics were in.
I did know that. That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
I haven't been there since, so look forward to getting back there.
Right on. Looking forward to seeing you down there, Kev.
You betcha. Well, yeah, we'll see you there, Maddie.